Well, tributes are pouring in for Lisa Marie Presley. Family, friends, and fans honored her during a public memorial service at Graceland yesterday. She died earlier this month after suffering cardiac arrest at her California home. Elise Preston has more from Memphis. Elise, good morning.
Our heart is broken, Lisa. We all love you.
On the front lawn of Graceland, hundreds gathered for a memorial service filled with love and music. To celebrate Lisa Marie Presley's life.
Lisa Marie Presley was an icon, a role model, a superhero to many people all over the world.
Her mother, Priscilla Presley, remembered the 54-year-old with short remarks and a poem from Lisa Marie's daughter, Harper Lockwood.
Now she is home where she always belonged, but my heart is missing her love.
Born in Memphis, Presley was immediately part of music royalty. She grew up at Graceland and was just 9 when Elvis died at the mansion.
Her spirit will live in the collective memory of a city that loved her tenderly, loved her sweetly, and loved her truly.
After the service, silent, somber moments in the meditation garden, where Presley is now laid to rest next to her son, Benjamin Keough, who died by suicide in 2020. As mourners passed her grave, some paused to touch the singer-songwriter's final resting place. Others laid flowers they carried through line for hours, including Angela Lewis.
It was like I was a piece of their family. They made us feel like we were their family.
Lewis arrived at 2 in the morning Sunday to make sure she had her chance to say goodbye, honoring the love of a father and his little girl.
She and he are truly still alive in my heart, and they will always be.
Now, Lisa Marie and Elvis both touch fans around the world, and those legacies will continue through the next generation. During the memorial service, Lisa Marie's daughter, Riley Keough, revealed that she had given birth to a baby girl. In her announcement, read by her husband, it reads in part, "I hope I can love my daughter the way you love me, the way you love my brother, my sisters. Thank you for giving me strength, my heart, my empathy." Now, Riley was at yesterday's memorial. It is unclear, though, when she gave birth. Vlad, Anne-Marie?
So, Elise, you were at the memorial. I've visited Graceland many, many times as an Elvis fan during Elvis Week, which is generally the first week in January, and thousands of fans descend upon Graceland to file past Elvis's grave. What was the memorial like yesterday with so many fans and people who loved Elvis and Lisa Marie and Priscilla in attendance?
Well, Vlad, I can tell you that the memorial was powerful. It was raw. That grief was palpable. You could definitely feel the love that people had for Lisa Marie. And it was very touching because a lot of the people who spoke, they had known her since she was a baby, since she was a little girl. People spoke about the pride Elvis had to introduce her to people. He was her only child, or she was his only child. And people spoke just about the love that he had for his daughter and how they were just amazed that this little bundle of joy at the time, how she brought so much love to Memphis. Keep in mind that Lisa Marie was born in 1968. That was a time of tribulation here in Memphis. Dr. King was killed in 1968. So there was a lot of grief going on in the city when Lisa Marie was born. And so people were talking about her birth kind of brought a light. But you could also feel the grief there because people remember saying goodbye to Elvis unexpectedly years ago. And then years later, they say goodbye to Lisa Marie unexpectedly. And to see her born, to come into this world and then have to say goodbye to her as well, I think people took that incredibly hard. Vlad?
You know, Elise, you have lived in Memphis, and so you've also been to Graceland, covered it extensively. I think for some people, Vlad, maybe even you can chime in, you know, people know Elvis, but they may not understand the emotional outpouring for his daughter, that she, too, was special for people.
Yeah, I think Elise can talk to this. Elvis is sort of unique in that although he did have homes in Los Angeles and elsewhere, he was one of the biggest stars in the world who continued to live in the same community where he grew up. He was born in Mississippi, but grew up his whole life in Memphis. And I think that connection to the community.
Anne-Marie, I can hear your voice, but I can't really make out what you're saying. But I just want to take time and just tell you about the fans that we have seen come here from across the country and across the world. Yesterday, there were fans lined up on the side of the house, and they were just taking moments, paying their respects to Lisa Marie, paying their respects to Elvis. And people spoke about how Lisa Marie and Elvis, how they were a part of their family, how they felt so connected to the family, how they grieved with them, how they celebrated moments in their lives with them. Then after the memorial service, fans had a chance to go through to the meditation garden. That is where Elvis and his parents are laid to rest. That is where now Lisa Marie is laid to rest, right next to her son, who she lost in 2020. She openly spoke about her grief. And you could just feel, again, you could feel that pain. There were people on walkers who could barely kind of get through the garden, but they came out there. They made that long walk. Some had been waiting outside Graceland for hours before the memorial even started because they wanted to pay their respects. And you also saw signs, tributes that poured into Graceland from around the world. We saw signs from all over the U.S., from all over Europe, and from all over Asia. Vlad and Anne-Marie.
Amazing. Elise, thank you very much.